Morning punters, happy Saturday, up and at 'em. There's 5 that should run you a really good race I'm going to give you, and a bolter. Firstly, if you want my Caulfield form, racetrackralphie.com.au, tips, assess prices, speed maps, detailed race overviews, quality suggestions, and we've got house money on a hat trick after a couple of nice results last Friday night and Saturday. So hopefully we can continue the form. And I send a race by race review email as an added service on the Wednesday. Win, lose or draw, hopefully win. Okay, 3 in Sydney, 2 in Adelaide. Sydney races 2, 5 and 8. Race 2, Alabama State. Keep the place on side. J-Mac on, wide barrier. Mwah. He should sit forward of midfield and slot in. If that happens, I don't think he should miss the place. He comes from a fast 1500 race back to 1300 with 4 weeks between runs, and he's been racing for a while, so that means he's got the good grounding fitness. Whereas the favourite, attractiveness, always wary, particularly with fillies. 4th run, first prep, 1200 up to 1350. Seems over bet based on the weight relief side of things. So I think if things slot in early for Alabama State, he should be in the finish at about 450 odds. Run you a nice race. Race 5, Bet of the Day, Sovereign Hill. Now, he showed a lot of promise as a young horse. Missed a year's racing, they gelded him, didn't really come up in 2 runs. Missed another 180 odd days. Good trials leading into Canterbury and good market support, which I like. As I said, the stable had good confidence that they had him right again, and he ran super. Importantly, in winning and bolting in, he had a very soft first 400, so that should eliminate second up flatness, which is a thing. But it's not something you should look at overall. You should look at the specifics. And because he had a cruise in the first 400, dynamic for about a 600 metre burst, and then the jockey sat up, so he shouldn't be flat. Should be leader advantage today, and he should share the lead with a couple others. And if he sits outside the lead, I think he'll win again. Another one to consider is in race 8, same stable. And this was second up flat in the Instructor. Now, the Instructor was dynamic first up at Canterbury when we cheered home King's Secret to beat him. Then went to the Magic Millions. Now, flatness happens second up when you go from a fast race to an even faster race, and he just gassed out. Well, today he should be stalking Zarastro, the Queenslander, and if that's the case, and he's returned in good order, and this is the stable to always assume that their horses are tough and fit and on speed, he should get the race shape to suit. Take a power of beating. Certainly don't like Disnack, and who's the co-favourite. That Fleming iffy day when he had to be super wide, I think has created some false form. So I think the Instructor, place on side, and just at odds, one for your trifectas, Glint of Silver. Been trialling well. Tommy Berry's been riding him. Barrier 1, either leads or sits box seat. He can run well first up last prep. Was on wet ground, which he doesn't like. So I think you can run your race at $15 for trifectas. A couple of tiny queries on the favourites, such as Rosalind Star has to return from a grand final that she's clearly set for first up on Magic Millions Day. So anyway, just one at odds. So Sovereign Hill's my best in Sydney. Best in Adelaide, horse called Teardrop Rotation. Came from a super fast Flemington race, and there's now back to a small field in Adelaide. So it just should lob there, sit at the third defence, even if it's 3 back defence in the field of 5. It's got a booming sprint on her, and it'll be a coiled spring type situation. So because she won't be using that energy early like she had to at Flemington just to keep up, she should be really strong late. So unless she's had enough for the prep, she should sprint past them, and about $2.50 I think is a very fair price. And in the main race there, the sprint, you got a horse called Clarbell, who won the stakes race last start. He puts himself on speed. He's just a beauty. Gassed out last little bit, just hung on, but that was over 1200. Back to 1100. You got Scripper, who probably he shares the lead with, who's first up. So he's got a big fitness edge on him. He's got Jigsaw form, which is the New Zealand form. New Zealand Group 1 winning form. And Prairie Flower's the favourite. She can get back for Australia. Misses a start. She's got the most talent, but oh, yuck, particularly from the inside jaw. So she puts it together. She'll probably run past them all, but like I said, Clarbell, place on side. Hope that helps. Gamble responsibly and go D's.